Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Tina, and I am a Reiki practitioner and energy healer. My business is Blue Dove Healing, and I'm making a series of videos to help people understand what Reiki is, what it can be used for. And I thought one great way to do that would be to give some examples of my clients. And so I want to tell a story today about a client. I had to get permission from the family to share the story, but I won't share names. I have had clients as young as 3, as old as 83, and everywhere in between, and people who are dealing with physical issues, mental and emotional traumas, and all kinds of situations. And so I'm going to share the story of the 3-year-old today. So what happened is that a family member of one of my Reiki clients contacted me saying that she was referred to me by her mother-in-law for her 3-year-old. And what was going on was that her 3-year-old was suffering from severe stool withholding. So what happens with children, if you haven't had kids, this is not an uncommon thing where unfortunately they can get really backed up, really constipated. And then if it hurts to go, then they stop wanting to go and they'll hold it. And they had been trying everything for, she told me, a year. They'd been to her pediatrician. They had tried, the medicines and stool softeners and laxatives. They had tried a naturopath. They had tried therapy, but there's not a lot of therapy that a 3-year-old can really engage in. So of course the parents were the ones getting the techniques to try and use on the 3-year-old, but it had been like a year and she was having really just severe issues. She was just terrified to go to the bathroom because when you withhold, then it really hurts to go. And then that cements that cycle. The more you hold it, the more it's going to hurt when you go. So it was a really bad cycle that she'd gotten herself into. And they just didn't have a way out. And so she heard from her mother-in-law that Reiki had helped her with something, and why not give it a try? And so during the first session, one of the things that I do, because as I'm connected with a client intuitively, I can, if there's a specific issue that's going on, that's why we're there and we're addressing it, I ask intuitively for more information on what we can do to benefit this person, because I don't want somebody to waste a lot of time and money and get their hopes up. So I ask questions to get yes or no answers. And I ask, can Reiki help this person overcome this issue and achieve healing? And I got a yes. And I asked, how many sessions will we need in order to really resolve this issue or really get far along in the process? How many Reiki sessions are going to get us there? And I got 8. And I asked, are there other avenues that they still need to do, like physical, emotional, and mental? And I got a yes. And so they needed to keep doing everything they were doing physically, mentally and emotionally for her. And then the Reiki was going to be that missing piece, hopefully, that will get her back to herself and get her back to health. And so the mom actually signed up for 9 sessions because just wanted to make sure that it was really, we really got it done. And so just to kind of quantify it, because I'm a scientist actually, so I like to know where is this person in the beginning so we can actually kind of get a measurable impact on the benefit. And she was withholding for 10 to 14 days. That's how long she was going between going to the bathroom, going poo. And then just, energetically, she was just tired all the time. She felt sick. She didn't want to go anywhere. Emotionally, she was scared and nervous and tense and wasn't participating in her usual activities and, was just afraid and not really engaging in life like she used to. So there we had these kind of qualitative and quantitative with the 10 to 14 day measures. So then, so I started doing weekly sessions, a 1-hour weekly Reiki for this child. And the other thing I want to mention that comes into this is that you can't really expect a 3-year-old to sit through a 1-hour Reiki session a week. So I did it long distance. So for those of you that aren't aware, practitioners can do Reiki either in person, where a person comes in, and in my Reiki room in my house, I have a massage table, they lay down, it's nice and calm and relaxing that way. but I can also send Reiki long distance. And this is a great example of that because there are people that are in hospital, long distance, they can't get to you or you can't get to them as a practitioner, but I can still send the energy. And I can have a whole nother video about maybe, the long distance aspect of it, but just know that I was sending her Reiki once a week, regardless of where they were physically. They even took some trips and I just sent it to her, long distance once a week. And so after the second session, after the second week, the mom started to kind of be like, yeah, I think something's happening. After the third one, she told me definitively she was less scared. She was less scared to go to the bathroom. So it was helping with that emotional blockage, that fear that was just really trapped in her. And so then I'll just cut to the end where after all the 9 sessions, I got a lot of really good feedback from the mom. She was so happy. She was so grateful. She said she was now going to the toilet every 1 to 2 days and she was not afraid. And she was like happy and sassy and active and wanting to engage back in all of her activities and go places. They said she used to be really adventurous, but during that year where she was feeling really sick and backed up, she didn't want to do anything. And she was back to her adventurous, happy, fun self. And I have since had about 4 more of their family members contact me wanting sessions because they all saw the benefit that adding Reiki to their already existing treatments that they were giving her and just adding that component was the missing piece in this case. And they were already doing a lot, but that piece really helped get it to the finish line. And I was so excited and happy for her because I can't imagine what that must have been like her, a 3-year-old for a year to be suffering in that way. So it's one of my favorite stories. And I asked the parents if I could share it because I think it gives a really good example as to how Reiki can complement all the other things you're doing and how long distance is just as effective. And that also, I think a lot of people wonder if Reiki is maybe mental, like psychosomatic kind of thing. And this 3-year-old didn't even know she was getting it. So to me, I think that speaks volumes as to the benefits of an energy practice like Reiki. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and tune in for the next video. Thanks.